Hi, and welcome to Monday's Delight. Also, welcome to the month of February, and we'll be looking at the subject covenant throughout the year. This subject of covenant is motivated by my father, the Apostle General Reverend Sam Kranchi Ankara. But today, I will dedicate this to a very wonderful woman who has brought joy, satisfaction, and happiness to me. Today is my wife's birthday, Mrs. Agnes Ayite. Happy birthday. Now let's jump straight into the word and let's look at what covenant has for us in the month of February. So we will be looking at the covenant of multiplicity, the covenant of multiplicity. And we'll take our scripture from Genesis chapter 17, the verse number 2. And I read, "And I will make my covenant between me and you." God is talking. God will make a covenant between you and him and will multiply you exceedingly. I will make my covenant between me and you, and I would multiply you exceedingly. So I am sure you are asking, what is covenant? What is covenant? Covenant is a binding agreement or a binding divine agreement between God and humanity based on mutual commitment, obligations, and promise. It is an agreement between us and God based on mutual commitment, obligations, and promises. As a matter of fact, when you enter into a covenant with God, it comes with some form of obligations. God expects you to do certain things, and out of that, God will reward you. So covenant in itself is a very good thing, and that is what is going to happen in the month of February. God has appeared to you as I speak to you now, and God is saying, let me enter into a covenant with you so that I will take care of your academics. All I need from you is commitment and dedication to me. Let's enter into some form of covenant. I am expecting you to worship and serve me the more so that I will take care of your future. It's a form of covenant. We would be looking at three components of covenant that attracts the covenant of multiplicity. Three things that would attract this covenant of multiplicity. Number one, relationship with God. Relationship with God. God will never enter into a covenant with you if you don't have a relationship with him. The beginning of covenant is centered on God's desire for a personal relationship with man. Genesis chapter 17, the verse number 1, scripture reference. Number 2, faith in God's promise. If you don't have faith that what God has promised you he will do, God will not enter into a covenant with you. If your faith is limited, it is very difficult for God to enter into a covenant with you. Now, trusting in God's promise is intrinsic to the promise covenantal relationship. Trust in God is very, very important. Scripture reference, Genesis chapter 15, the verse number 6. And then the last one is obedience to the tenets of the covenant. Every covenant comes with a tenant. What it simply means that every covenant comes with an obligation. It comes with some form of burden. It comes with some form of responsibilities. All you just have to do is to be obedient to those tenets. What it simply means is that if God appears and says, I want you to worship me so that I will bless your marriage. If you do not worship God, God will not come through and bless your marriage. I pray that your relationship with God will be solid and that your faith in God's promise will increase so that you will be obedient to the tenets of covenant. I pray that covenant will be your portion in the month of February so that God's promises will be made through in your life. I love you. I'll see you next week. God bless you.